Evening, boys.
Evening, Sally.
Welcome to The Chatting, your local pubcast. I'm Rob.
I'm Kirk.
I'm Mark.
And I'm the other Mark. 3 pints, Sally. And what are you having?
I'll have a espresso martini.
Cheers. I'll fetch him over.
Happy anniversary, boys!
Oh.
Happy anniversary.
What for?
It's our 1 year anniversary. We've been doing this for a year.
Bloody hell.
Did you know?
Amazing.
Hey,
And you got a calendar?
I just lost track of dates, I've got to be honest with you, mate. A year already?
Absolutely, yeah. I
A year
it
today?
Yeah. It didn't help that when we first released our episodes, we released 3 because we wanted to give people, some substance to get over and listen to.
Yeah.
And so it kind of, the numbers were a little bit out, but it is a year to today when we released our episode.
That's flown.
It has,
It
hasn't it?
seems like yesterday, doesn't it?
Not really.
No, Kirk could have still forgot.
Yeah, probably.
So do you mean anniversary or do you mean birthday?
I guess
Because it's his first year birthday.
first year for our first birthday.
Yeah. So, but is it? You said anniversary.
Well, all right.
I don't know. Is it?
I don't bloody know.
Well, is it?
Same thing, same difference.
So, question
Is it?
being,
Yeah.
how do you think his first year's been?
Podcastversary.
Podcastversary,
Yeah.
It's been all right. I could have missed a couple of episodes.
I think it's been fantastic.
It has
It has,
been.
hasn't it? It's been
Yeah.
alright.
Been amazing.
Even negating all the successes and things that's happened in that time, even just the fact to say that we've spent a year seeing each other,
well, that's-
religiously.
Not one of us has been throttled yet.
Yeah, well, that's the negative side. We'll talk about positives.
I mean, you're saying none of us have throttled each other. We've had some. If people could see our WhatsApp group, the chatting WhatsApp group, I mean, really.
There's been some near misses, haven't
Oh,
there?
there definitely has. I mean, you guys, you won't understand like some of the conversations that happen behind the scenes.
We don't understand some
conversations
while we're in the scenes.
No, we don't.
No.
There's debates. There's near-off arguments. But obviously, we're such good
But we
friends.
always come around to my way of thinking, don't we?
Yes, we
Yeah.
do, Mark.
Yeah. Why can't everyone just think like me? I think it's the...
Yeah. But it's true. We generally do have a very fun WhatsApp group that we talk a lot on.
Fun.
Don't
Is
we?
that the word you're using?
Yeah,
Is that
fun.
the word you're going
Yeah, we
with?
do.
Fun.
Or we could say that when you said earlier that you can't believe it's been a year, it's been a year that we've actually followed something through for a year.
Yeah.
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 Actually-
Because a
actually
year's a long time, isn't it?
I once had a
Yeah.
stomach concern that did that. It took me about a year. Now I got at chemist and I tell her all about it. But anyway, that's another story. But you've already heard that one, haven't you?
Yeah.
Good for you, Mark.
Thanks, you're welcome.
Yeah, the fact that we've gone through this for a year is
So
absolutely
like,
brilliant.
Like you said, because of the other episodes and stuff like that, officially, I think this is 55 episodes, is it? 54?
Or 54.
54 episodes.
Yeah.
I lost count at 7.
Yeah. And obviously we also started this whole process a long time before, quite a while
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
the first one actually dropped. 'Cause
Yeah.
there was a lot to sort
prep.
before, wasn't there?
Yeah. So the thing is, can you remember when we first started talking about it and we did all the research about what we should achieve and what we should achieve in this first year? Can you remember that we set ourselves a target of 5,000 downloads in this first year?
Yes.
And, and apparently that was going to be above and beyond because people said to expect about 1,000 downloads.
Yeah. And how many have we actually had?
Other Mark, how many are we on?
We're currently just over 21,000.
Wow.
So I mean, listen, guys. I know, fine, self-congratulatory and all that, but in the last year, close to 22,000 downloads. We've been on BBC Radio Sheffield, Radio Rotherham, Radio Doncaster. We got nominated as a finalist for Independent Podcast Awards.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'd say we've pretty much nailed our first year. Do you not
Absolutely.
think?
We've had is it Rotherham Advertiser?
Yeah.
Rotherham
Not in that yet,
Advertiser.
though. Yeah.
We've not. That story's not dropped yet, has
We're
it?
waiting.
dropped
We're waiting
yet.
for it.
No.
aren't we?
Yeah, that'll be hot off the press, I reckon. Probably as this either if this goes out or it will have come out
Yeah.
last week.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
And the funny thing is that things that you guys won't know yet, but the things that we've got in the pipeline
Are you
that we're
talking to
working
us or
on,
the people who are listening?
everyone who's listening, the things that we've got in the pipeline that we're working towards and working on and doing, there's so much that we're doing.
But we're not going to tell them, are we?
No,
we're going to
absolutely
keep it a
not.
secret, so
No.
they'll have to keep listening.
It's very exciting.
Yeah,
it's
it is.
very exciting, and I'm sure we all want to or whatever. But it is down to you guys for engaging and listening, and it blows me away even now. Like I look at it and I look at, like, for instance, our download numbers, because that's the only thing you've got to measure, that feedback and the download numbers. And I look at it now.
And how many near misses motorists have had because they've been laughing.
Yeah.
So we've been told.
Yeah.
People nearly crashing the trucks from laughing and
Absolutely.
stuff, which
Yeah.
is nice to hear that. Well, not. It's nice to hear that
nice
they
to hear
didn't
the
crash,
crashing.
but nice to hear that they're laughing. Yeah.
I think that's a big thing for me as well. Is it really is important to us that we get that engagement as well, because when we started this out, it was all on us. It was you didn't know us.
Yeah,
you
nobody-
don't know who we
yeah.
are and what we're about and everything. You don't know us like you'll know us a lot better now, and you know who we are as individuals, and you've learnt about us over the last year. But now it's not over to you, but we really do appreciate it when you do reach out and say things
Yeah.
and ask us questions or ask what our opinions are on something, give us a predicament, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. That drives us as well to do more. Because before it was all on us, and now it's kind of like, no, you're in it with us.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you think
They've come
it,
for the journey, haven't they?
yeah, if you think it when you're driving, all right, certainly don't do it while you're driving. But once you've pulled over, ask the question. If you think it, say it. Tell us what you're thinking. Ask us the question. We love that, don't we?
Oh, we do.
Of
We love answering questions. And
Of course
stuff,
we do.
don't
I mean, a lot of our episodes have been shaped around listeners writing into us,
Yeah.
or I was going to say, did I say writing in, or
Sending a carrier pigeon and tell us what they want.
Sending us postcards, Mark.
no, but posting on their socials. That's what I'm going to say, or emailing us.
Yeah,
We've done quite a few episodes based on what people's asked us,
Yeah.
or asked us opinions, or what we think about something, or dilemmas. So, and when we started out, we didn't have any of that.
No.
And then, of course, we've sort of flourished from that, haven't we? And expanded, and
I think we've decided we are going to carry on doing it. So,
yeah,
Yeah.
oh, it's great.
You've got
It's
us for
great.
another year.
Yeah. So
Absolutely.
the more you send us, the better. So I think that's enough of that. In it, self-congratulatory.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
did
it is.
I say that right?
Yeah. So how are you all? Are you all right?
Yeah, good.
Yeah, good.
You all
yeah.
been busy?
Yes.
Very.
Yeah, very busy. Yeah, very busy with work and stuff. How about you? Have you finished with Hours Nativity?
Absolutely brilliant. So it's all done. It's
Yeah.
wrapped up.
Yeah.
I'm in that mindset at the minute where I'm on the come down, if you like.
Post-show blues.
Post-show
Yeah.
blues, definitely, yeah. Because you obviously put a lot of time and effort into doing something like that over a period of 6 months, and then when it gets to the back end of it, it ramps up massively. The previous 2 weeks have literally been spent rehearsing.
Yeah.
Almost every night. And when you're not rehearsing, I've got an app on my phone, Line Learner, that I'm literally just running lines constantly, so that I don't get to the point where it's Sunday of the tech getting where you're getting in.
You were running lines?
Yeah, literally. So I have an app where I record my lines.
Oh.
And I can, other people in the group can record their lines. So then I can just, anywhere in the car, driving specifically, just press
Right.
play and it runs through their line and my line. So it gives me, it's like a rehearsal.
Sounded like you've been on a night out with Bez.
Yeah. Not that kind of line. But yeah, so it does get to a point where you're conscious that you might forget your lines, and the more prepared you are, the more relaxed you are, and the more you can enjoy it when it gets to that point. So, which has not always been the case for me, last minute Larry, and not knowing my lines properly and panicking more about that than just enjoying the moment. So it's been very full on. And now, obviously, that's all happened. The show's finished, and you just left. Almost every night at around about 5 to 10, you're almost expecting someone's going to stand up and start giving you a standing ovation, clapping you. You're like, oh, I'm not going to get that tonight.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's all done, and it went really well. But I guess the ultimate question is what did you guys think?
So we'll be the judge of that.
I was going to say, yeah.
We'll be the judge of
I've
that.
seen worse.
Yeah. I mean, I fell asleep in second half, but I mean, that's
The
just,
funniest thing is, I don't even disbelieve that. Like, you're probably joking, but it won't surprise me.
no, I loved it, Rob. It was.
Did you enjoy it? Yeah,
I did enjoy it.
Because I know you were a little bit reserved about the fact that shows, musicals, they're not massively your thing, are they, Mark?
Well, they are, but not
Oh,
ones.
all right.
But not ones that you're in.
But ones I know, but because I didn't know it, I didn't even know what. I'd never even heard anything about it.
Most people haven't. To be fair.
So I won't naturally go to it.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
But you did enjoy it.
yeah, I loved it. Yeah.
Good.
Did it live up to your expectations, other Mark?
It
Because
nailed it.
I know you love the film, don't you?
Yeah, both me, Ellen and Darcy, we all like the film, and we were saying before, to be able to try and pull it off and have that polished finish that it's got to have for it to be, stage quality.
Yeah.
But at the same time, have the sort of amateurish feel that the film had, because the film was
Well, that were easy because Rob's in it, so we'd be easy
Well,
peasy.
that's why we bought tickets, because we're halfway there. But no, pulling off the bit of where the kids are almost a little bit, making it up as they go along, bit ad lib and whatever.
Yeah.
Whether you could pull that off, and he nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good.
The kids were brilliant. I mean,
You were all really good.
they were definitely the stars of the show, I think.
Mr. Poppy for me, I'm afraid.
Yeah,
is it Josh?
Josh, yeah.
Honestly, Ellen were crying me laughing.
Yeah.
Just so, is it anarchic? The guy.
That's a word. Yeah. Well, that fits.
Just it nailed it perfectly. Just
Yeah.
how he was, it was there with you, and then in his own little world at the same time.
Yeah.
As a character.
Yeah.
Which is exactly what he's like in the film. Perfect.
And
Brilliant.
The difficult thing is for me, when I was doing the rehearsal, is I probably identify more as Mr. Poppy.
Yeah.
Like, the childlike.
But you did. You were fantastic as Mr. Maddens.
Oh, thank
playing
you.
the somber moments, sat on the settee on your own, looking at
Yeah.
the picture on the wall, and
Yeah.
dog's gone and everything else. And,
Yeah.
I think, did Mr. Poppy steal your dog or whatever? at
Yeah,
one
he did
point?
at one point.
But
But yeah, that whole element of it that's probably one of the hardest things is taking yourself away from what you are normally as a person,
Yeah.
and also not trying to, because obviously it's easy to try and play for them laughs, play for the jokes that they're not your jokes.
No.
They're Mr. Poppy's jokes.
You've got to remain in your
yeah,
bit.
and you've got to remain in your part. Yeah.
So before you go on, then, do you have to stand in a mirror or look at a wall and talk yourself into a frame of mind of right? That's me. I am in the zone now. I'm a different person.
Not really, because the amount of rehearsals that you've done and the amount of time you've spent working on the character, it almost becomes like a second part of you. And when you start saying them words, you've done the homework, and the character and what they're feeling in that moment and all that. And so you just kind of just fall into it. And especially when you put the costume on. And my hair was obviously very different, as you'll remember. I grew my hair to suit the part because a bit dishevelled and wasn't really someone that would do his hair and whatnot. And so because I'd done that and I put the costume on, you look at yourself and you do feel different. You're like, yeah, that's not really me.
Right.
And then when you get out there and you're wearing these clothes that you don't wear every day, and you're a teacher, not that really emphasises anything or changes anything, but yeah, it was good. It was great. So. Yeah.
Would you like my notes?
Yes, please. Yeah.
So, I've got notes for you, Rob.
Oh, excellent.
I'm joking, obviously. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. I didn't know what to expect. I'd not seen the film.
You were saying you've not seen the
still
film.
not seen it?
Still not seen the film. I am going to watch it this Christmas, this time round. But no, I'd not seen the film. I didn't really know. I knew the storyline of the film. I knew the plot. But I didn't even know they'd made it into a stage show. I didn't know they'd made it into a musical. End of the day, I know what you like on stage, Rob. We've grown up together. We've performed together. We've been on stage together. So I just wondered how you'd cope without me, to be honest.
Struggled, mate.
But no, listen, it was brilliant. It was a really good show. I really enjoyed it. And I do, like other Marks just said, I think you fitted into that character really, really, really well. But yes, I have got to say, Josh was phenomenal.
He was. Yeah.
He was.
Yeah,
and I'm not taking anything away from anybody else because everybody was great and
Yeah.
everybody played the part. But I've seen Josh in quite a few things on stage, and I know he's a talented lad, but that character really did blow me away.
Yeah.
It really did blow me away because you've got to let go, haven't you?
Yeah.
In that character, you've got to let go.
Absolutely.
And that takes bravery on stage.
Yeah.
It takes bravery. Everyone thinks that it's easy to almost be a bit of a pillock. Do you know what I mean? But it doesn't. It's really
No,
hard.
you tend to hold
I know how I
back.
feel.
Day in, day out.
If anything, people don't fully commit to the role and
No.
they hold back,
Yeah,
you know,
because
because
they're scared of being judged, or
Yeah,
they're
yeah.
scared of how it's going to come across,
Yeah,
or
looking
is it too
stupid
much,
or whatever.
overacting or whatever.
Even there was parts that I was playing in rehearsals, and the parts where he's annoyed at Mr. Poppy for telling everybody that Ollie would have come in and they're not. And I was doing the scene, and I remember thinking, you're holding back here. You're angry with this guy. And I was doing it, but I was like holding it back, and then I realised and changed it and was like, no, commit to it and do it. And I did. I got angry with him without shouting, because that's not a good trait. But it was good to see you before the show. You came and recorded us, didn't you?
We did.
Yeah, we did,
Yeah, we
yeah.
gave you a little interview. Did you feel like a superstar?
I did actually, yeah.
On that side street in Rotherham.
I mean, I must admit, I think Josh was really happy to be on, because he's actually one of our listeners.
Yeah.
So he was delighted to
good.
know that we
That's
were
nice.
recording
That's
him.
good.
Well, I know Josh's brother was not happy.
Yeah.
Because Josh's brother is Matt, so he is the stage manager.
Yeah.
For the production, and a great job he does too as
Very,
well.
very good job.
It's very. It goes, what's it called? Unnoticed sometimes, the backstage and the
I
technical
won't just say
side
sometimes,
of things.
it always goes unnoticed.
So a big shout out to the stage crew in general, to be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were all
Because they
very-
really do pull the show together. They really do.
No, no.
But I know Matt was a bit unhappy that Josh was managing to be interviewed by us and not Matt.
Perhaps we should have Matt on one day.
I'm sure he'd love
I
that.
think he'd love that.
I'm sure he'd
Yeah.
love that.
He definitely would.
So shall we play the interview with us and you and Josh?
Let's
roll the
Let's have a
tape.
listen. So we've got Rob and Josh here as the stars of Nativity. Would you like to tell us what parts you're playing?
Stars, eh? Well, this is Robert. Oh, you know who I am anyway. You've heard my voice plenty of times, haven't you?
You do know you're in the play, Rob.
All right. So I'm Mr. Maddens, Paul Maddens.
And I'm Josh, and I'm playing Mr. Poppy.
Cool, and they're the two leads of the show, is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, and how long have you been in theatre?
Go on, Josh.
Well, I've been this year. Well, yeah, this year will be my 15th year.
You see now,
15 years.
You see now that makes me feel old.
Yes, because the first show I ever did, Kirk and Rob were both in it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That makes me feel better.
When I was 12.
Very.
No, yeah, 12.
Wow.
God.
Hey, listen, I've just been back. Well, we've just done warm up singing.
beard than both of you.
Yeah.
There is a bit of dye in this. I will admit.
We've just been on stage doing warm up, and one of the little kids come up to me and said, "My mum thinks she knows you." And I said, "Oh, really?" She's telling me a name, and I'm going, "No, a name don't ring a bell." And she said, "Well, how old are you?" And I said, "No," I said, "How old is she?" And she said, "Oh, I'm not sure. How old are you?" And I said, "How old do you think I am?" 20. The next girl said 26. And the next girl said 28. And the next girl said 34.
Wow.
And I said,
There's loads of blind kids in
41.
this.
It's because he's got his makeup on. It's
Exactly. I've got a lot of guy
got some
liner on.
industrial plaster.
This is why Mark keeps touching my bum. I don't know why he is. Cheers, mate.
He looks quite serious. He must be in the band.
Yeah, definitely is.
So obviously tonight is night 3
Yes.
for you guys. So how's it been up to now?
Good, very good actually. Yeah, we've had some good audiences in. They've laughed, which is good. when they're supposed
At the right
to.
time.
I
Not when
thought-
we've been singing, which which is good. But yeah, they've been really responsive, been really good. Full audiences as well, which is what you want.
Yeah, full houses. I thought Tuesday's night audience were actually better than last night's.
Oh really?
Yeah, they laugh.
Yeah.
It's funny because they laugh at different jokes. So you'll one joke will make someone laugh, and the next night you think, here it comes, and then they don't laugh, and you're like, what have we done? What have we done wrong there? And then another bit you'll say something, you'll almost go to carry on, and they'll start
Yeah, there's a
laughing, and you
giggle,
go,
and you go,
what? Wait, that weird.
obviously both of you have been in a lot of shows over your lives.
Yeah.
You know, how does this rank up there? Because obviously it's a bit of a different one, this, isn't it, Nativity? It's a bit of a different feel. Have you enjoyed doing it? Does it rank up there, or will you be glad to see back of it?
Yeah, but it's been a change for me because the last show that I did was Shrek.
Yeah.
And I played Shrek. So in terms of like characters, it was more like the Mr. Madden's character in like the partnership of Donkey and Shrek. So for this one, it's been weird because I'm not like the straight guy in this one. I can just run around and do whatever I want, and do you know what I mean? So, well, not do what I want.
Create chaos for everybody else.
It's only Rob that runs around doing what he wants, in all fairness.
Well, Josh does seem like to do what he wants at the minute, so it seems.
No, Mr. Poppy does. I know.
Yes.
I'm not there. He's not there. But yeah, so it's been fun to it's been good to have a bit of fun and just sort of change things up a bit.
That's what I would say more than anything, is that I'm not used to having so much fun in rehearsals and on stage because it really is so light-hearted and just a blast. I was thinking the last 2 shows I did were West Side Story and Jesus Christ Superstar, both of which...
Not known for the light-heartedness.
No, both very serious. So to do something like this, it really is feel good. Although it is, I find it very stressful all the way through this show, thinking, what's my next line? What am I singing next? When do I come in on that song? And I get to the second act just before it's about to finish, and I almost stand on stage and go, I'm done. Now I can smile and just enjoy it.
So it's been like 10 years since you've been on stage, Rob.
It is exactly 10 years.
How have you found it? I mean, aging a bit, bones creaking a bit more.
Absolutely. I've actually remembered my lines way better than I thought I was going to do. But I don't know. I've enjoyed the whole thing, but already I know that I won't be back next year. It's a lot to do. It is a lot of work, yeah. I forgot how much work it is. And I don't think I've ever played a part as big. Well, I haven't. I've not played a part as big as this, other than Mickey Johnston in Blood Brothers. And that was a long time ago when I had more of a sponge in my head to retain lines and stuff. And it just takes so much time. So, yeah.
And what's it been like working with Rob, Josh? You can be as honest as you want.
Absolutely.
His mum's been really honest.
His mum's been really honest.
I can imagine. Yeah. Oh yeah. No. No. It's been good to be fair because, I mean, you'll know whatever Rob does, he wants to get the best out of it.
Yeah.
Which then brings the best out of you because you're like, well, I've got to match it because otherwise I'm going to look an idiot if I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah. And obviously you need to know what you're doing anyway. But yeah, it's been really good because like he's just come into it and he's like, right, look, I'm doing this. I've like he's marked all the script up. He's got everything there, and you're like, oh, I better step up then, don't I? Because I've got to match him. And to be like Mr. Poppy's character is so big that it's got to be like more over the top than what he's doing. So it's like, yeah, it's been a good challenge to be fair. And it's, yeah, I've really enjoyed it.
And likewise, working with Josh is also a pleasure.
Yeah.
Because he is very professional. The way he
Are there any
attacks
likenesses
everything.
in your characters to yourselves? Would you say?
That's a good question. That.
Yeah.
Yeah, with me, yes.
I would say so.
It's almost the total opposite to me, but actually the grumpy side of him does that. I go, I can do this quite easily. I actually find this quite easy to do.
Yeah, I'd say Mr. Poppy for me is quite accurate. I've had a couple of people that have come to watch it and go, were you even acting in that? Because that's just you most of the time. And I'm like, no, yeah, to be fair, it was quite good. I didn't really have to do much acting.
I'll tell you something really funny, is that we had a conversation the other day. Josh is a listener of the podcast, and he wrote in a question, and he didn't even realise that we'd answered it. He'd missed the episode.
He stopped listening.
He had to go back and listen.
We're talking about it, and I went, I wrote in ages ago, like when it must have been like 4 or 5 episodes in, I was like, you've not even done my question yet. And he went, which one was it? So I told him which one it was. And he went, I know we've done that one. We've done that a fair bit back. Yeah. So I was like, all right, okay. And so then I was text him today and I'm like, do you know what episode it was? Because I just can't find it. Everything I've watched, it's not on there. Then I'm scrolling through Spotify and there's 2 episodes that I missed, and one of them just happened to be the one that my question was answered.
You just got his name wrong and called him Janet.
I probably did.
Yeah. So.
Listen, we'll let you go because I know you're about to go on stage.
Yeah,
so,
and you're going to watch it.
We are going to watch it.
No, we're going to go straight home. We're going to straight home. Of course, we're coming to watch it. Aren't we? We're not going to go home, are we?
Well, you enjoy.
We will. We'll be reviewing it on the podcast.
Absolutely.
By all means.
Yeah.
Listen, thanks, guys. Thanks for taking the time.
Yeah.
Enjoy. Break a leg.
Yeah,
All
you
right,
enjoy.
mate.
You enjoy.
All right then, Josh.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Cheers.
Like,
Cheers. Cheers, Kurt.
Cheers.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Hope it goes well.
break a leg.
Enjoy, boys. See you in a bit.
See you in a bit.
See you in a bit.
So what was the performance that we did all them years ago when Josh was in it? Was it West Side? It wasn't the West Side Story that I did 10 years ago. Was it something with the Academy?
Do you know what? I've been trying to think of this ever since. So the last production I was in was West Side Story.
Yeah. I think it was that. It was when the Academy did West Side Story, and you played Officer Krupke.
Officer Krupke, yeah.
Yeah, and I played the one that comes in and does the whole
That's
announcement.
it. That'll be the one.
It was that, wasn't it?
That'll be the one.
It's been racking. I've been thinking ever since. What one was it?
Yeah, because I truly felt as though I looked like a stripper because that outfit. Because that was the last time I was on stage. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember you used to do the lighting for the shows, didn't they? When they used to do my Arcat.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I do remember that. But yeah, well, that one thing I did notice in there, and I completely forgot about this. You interviewed my mum.
We did.
Yeah.
See, I remember hearing you say it, and then thinking, oh, I think I remember you saying you were going to do that, but I've not heard it. What? Oh, I'm guessing you can play it.
Yeah, we can play it now.
Yeah, play it for you.
So do you want to say who your mum is, or shall we give a bit of a background?
You do that.
So Dee's obviously the choreographer and director and everything for the group, the drama group. So the drama group, what are they called now?
RMTC. Rotherham Musical Theatre Company.
Yeah. But she also does a lot of others in and around the
Wakefield
area and been doing it a long time and great at what she does. So yeah, we thought we'd capture her beforehand and interview her while we were there on that night. Let's play it. So Dee, Nativity. Why Nativity? Why did you choose this? It's not been done very much, has it?
No, not at all. It's a musical in every sense of a musical, but it's got so much comedy and it's so unusual. It's not like other musicals. It's one of a kind, definitely, and I wanted to do it.
So you wanted to do it? Have you wanted to do it for a while?
Yeah, I saw the film and that blew me away. Absolutely brilliant. I loved all the characters. I loved how the children could do silly things, really silly things, and how the adults reacted to that was just amazing.
So with it being a musical that's not been done very much, both on professional and touring or amateurs, how easy or hard have you found it?
I found it really difficult. There's nowhere to do any research. There's nowhere to find... all the ideas have got to be in one person's head, and obviously it's got to be the director's head. The downside to that is when everybody's got to come to you when they need to know something. The stage manager wants every bit what's in my head, the cast need it, the lighting guy needs it, everyone needs what's in my head, and it's a bit of a mush when you first start because you don't really know yourself. So you're pondering over the script, looking at things that'll give you a bit of inspiration, and then suddenly you get it. So it goes on paper for me that nobody else would understand and has to live in my head. There's not even any ideas with the music. We've had trouble with the music as well, making sure we've got the right cut of music, because there is a soundtrack for Nativity, doesn't match anything that we have score-wise for the band. Right. So really difficult.
And so making it as difficult as that then, and you got Rob involved.
Exactly, yes.
And how have you found it working with your son?
Well, it's an absolute delight to have him back on stage, because I do believe he was absolutely born to be on stage, and this role is made for him. It really is. He's got the comedy, he's got the comic timing, and he's working alongside Mr. Poppy, of course. So he has to, sort everything out, the mess that Mr. Poppy makes. It's been great to see him back on stage, but oh my goodness, did that come with its issues?
Please tell us.
My son is a perfectionist, and everything has to be. Can I say he's anal?
Absolutely.
He just wants to be the best he can be, but the tiny little details he goes to is fabulous for stage, but it's so tiring.
I think the word you're looking for is frustrating, Dee.
Yes, it is. Yeah. But it's great to see him back on stage. I just love it.
It is.
So, from the minute you decided to come up with the idea for the Nativity, how long is it from that point to getting the show into sort of rehearsals? What's the planning stage? How long is that? What
You're
does that
looking
involve?
about 5 or 6 months from the very first idea. This is what we're going to do. Then we have to look at the logistics of it. Can we get a set for it? The answer was no.
Well, we're going to say there is no
There is no
set for it,
set.
is there? So how have you got around that?
So we thought about what we might need, the simple things we'd need, like a whiteboard. We're in a school. We know where we are. We know where we're setting it. But then we want to make it, although it's almost has an amateur feel to it, but you want it to be of a professional standard. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So finding that was really difficult. So then we go on the search for the children. Because while it's not all centred around the children, they are very important in it. Yeah. Some of them do solo and stuff like that. So we have to look at lighting, how we will light it, what will be the special feature of the set. And that ended up being the screen, because you can do so many things with it. You know, we've got people talking about death slides, and if we did it here, we'd get a sack. So, although we do have flying, that's been another issue. You know, getting a little one in the harness, getting her up there, and she says, "I need a wee." Tough. Wait up there.
I'll get a bucket.
Yeah. Just imagine her flying across and tinkling up. So we had 2 girls that fly and 2 boys that fly. It's just fabulous. It's just so much fun. You come out absolutely on top of the world. You know, the audiences are absolutely loving it. They love it.
So Dee, because this nativity has never really been done before, like you said, there's no set.
Yeah.
Why did you decide to take it on? Because knowing the challenges, or is that the reason why?
I love a challenge.
Is that that's the reason?
I've been doing this 44 years, and you can only do so many Oklahomas.
Run of the mill type things.
And even the big musicals now, like I've just done Phantom and I've just done Les Mis. But even that is something now that we all know and we're used to. I wanted to bring something new and really different. And there's some things you think, well, I won't laugh. And you'll find it's rib tickling funny. You know, and you think, well, it's not going to make me cry if it's funny. But it does. There's scenes in it where you'll get a lump in your throat. Even you 3 guys will get a lump in your throat. And it's like, especially if you've had kids or got kids, you just think, oh, this is so gorgeous. And it's so innocent.
Yeah.
So without giving any spoilers away then, and granted this is probably going out after the show's finished, have there been any, other than the girl who needs the toilet when they're up in the harness, any funny stories, any mishaps that you've been oh my God, I hope that doesn't happen on the first night?
We've had quite a few. We've had wigs flying off. Well, of course, when the wigs come off, so do the microphones. And one of the young lads, obviously, not knowing much about theatre, because the beauty is these aren't stage school kids, they're not RTSA, they're people, they're just kids that go to primary school. Some have done dance school, some have done other little productions. And so he picked it up and said, what do I do with this? And of course they're hundreds of pounds, we're talking hundreds of pounds there, and if they get broke, we've got that to cover.
I suppose that's the other thing, because with the Nativity, so much about it, certainly the film, is that it's very amateur, even though it's a film, and it's almost live, isn't
That's
it?
right,
And you've had to recreate that.
Yes, yeah.
And that's why you've had to bring people in, I suppose, that have got no experience.
That's right, yeah. That's what makes it so authentic. You think, oh wow, that's real. And then when they do something, they manage, you know, I'll tell you what I've learned, how difficult it is, if you can see, to hit a duff note.
A duff note, absolutely.
There's a little bit in the show where this young boy finishes a song by a really flat note. It took us ages to find one of the kids that could do a flat note. You know, and I thought, how hard could it be? Tried it myself, and I hit my note perfectly in tune. So there's little things like that you'd never think of.
Yeah, of course.
Well, we're all really looking forward to seeing it. We're literally just about, in the next half hour we'll be going in to see it. So you can listen to this episode to hear our review.
Ooh, excited!
Excited! The review. And I just want to take this opportunity to ask you, while I've got you, we're wanting to do a musical theatre episode sometime soon on the podcast. Would you be willing to come and be a guest on our podcast at some point?
I would absolutely love that.
With 44 years' experience of musical theatre and theatre, I think you definitely have some stories to share.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'd look forward to that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your time, Dee. Thank you. Break a leg.
She's a good one, isn't she?
She is.
That's lovely.
Your Gemma was in it as well, the production.
Yeah, she was,
And how did she find it? I know I spoke to her briefly after the show, but on the whole, did she enjoy it? Any bits that she found hard?
She definitely loved it, and she definitely was put out of her comfort zone, because when she's done anything in the past, she's been a dancer. Whereas in this, she was forced to be...
She was doing a bit of singing, weren't she?
Yeah,
a little bit of singing.
Forced to. She was, it was on her to do certain roles, you know, from a teacher to a parent to, you know, and she had little speaking parts and singing parts that's really she's never done before. So yeah, that was brilliant. That proud of her for putting herself out of her comfort zone and doing it, because but she definitely enjoyed it.
And how well did you two work together? Because I mean, I know there weren't really many scenes where you were.
There weren't any.
Were there
really?
not any?
No, there weren't any. So it was very much, we were very disjointed in that respect from being on stage. We never did anything together. Even in rehearsals, I think she thought, oh, this would be a good idea. I'll get Rob roped into this show, and it means we'll spend a bit more time together. And we never spent any time together.
Opposite rehearsals.
Yeah, because I literally was, at rehearsals, I was full on. Even outside of rehearsals, it consumed even more of my time outside of podcasts and YouTubes and work and everything.
So it didn't help you then. You weren't like you weren't sort of rehearsing your lines together because you don't have scenes together, do you?
No. So and because they're all pre-recorded, and I'd done them on that line learner.
Yeah.
I didn't need that as such. But she definitely loved it, and I think from all round, the general consensus of the show was that it's a much smaller cast from an adult perspective, which was why some people that are normally in these shows, they didn't want to do it because they were a bit like, oh, it's a kids show, and it wasn't a kids show, but the group of people that ended up doing it really enjoyed it. They were a great group of people, and it was just a joy to be in. It really was.
Has it given you the taste to be back on?
Well, as I
do another one.
As I said in that other video, the answer would be no. But I must admit, having had the blues after, you realise how much you actually enjoy it. It's just a lead up to it that can be so stressful and so time consuming. I think, again, for me, it'd be another one of them. I'll have another few years away from it, and then, given that I'm changing shift pattern at work, it will open up the fact that I can go back on stage again. I've got more time to do it, so yeah.
Well, just think in a couple of years' time, Rob, you can play all these old men parts, can't you? You know what I mean? That's what you're about to do.
I could, yeah. Parts that I could never play before.
The thing is, you can't replicate that feeling, can you?
No.
When you step onto stage, like to take your bow or whatever, and you're looking out in front of a few hundred people, and they're clapping and cheering and standing ovation. I know there was standing ovation when we were there that night.
Yeah.
You can't replicate that feeling.
You can't.
You just can't.
And up to the point, there's always a certain point in the show, no matter what character you play and how important your character is, there's always a point where you can go, I can relax now, which I said in that clip earlier. You know, there definitely was a point where I was like, I never even acknowledged there was an audience. I didn't. It was like, you've got a job to do your job, concentrate on what you're doing, and then there gets a point where you go, right, now I can relax. I can't look into the audience and go, ooh, where's Kirkham, where's Marks? You know, I can't do that, but I can still go, right, now I can relax.
Can you see much of the audience from stage?
Not really. The amount of lights that are on, you know, it's a bit of a blur. Other than I found a lot of the time when I was reacting to what Mr. Puppy was saying, I was looking away. In a way, if it was a camera, you'd be looking away at a dodgy angle, but you often wondered whether the audience thought you were looking at them. You weren't. You were looking away from him and looking in a direction of thought, that sort of thing.
So, because you can't see the audience, does that go in your face? Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I think so, yeah.
Is it a good thing?
Yeah, it definitely is.
Oh, okay.
Especially because you're conscious you want to look for people in the audience. Where are they? Where are they? The more you don't know where they are, the better. Because once you know where someone's sat, you can't help but look at it. Yeah. But overall, absolutely loved it. It was brilliant to be a part of. So glad I did it. Put myself in a bit of out of my comfort zone because it was a big part. So yeah.
I have a question for you. It's a bit of a weird question. Obviously, I've never heard of Nativity before I watched it. I didn't even know it existed. Obviously, watched it, know it. But there's a Nativity 2, isn't there?
Yes.
Is that right? I didn't know that.
And 3.
And 4.
Oh, and a 3.
And 5.
Real? What? As in films?
I think there's 5, yeah.
I knew there were 3.
Yeah.
What? Really?
Yeah.
What? And they just milk the same story? Oh, we got Hollywood's coming
They've
to
expanded
commentary.
on it. The person that was in number 2 was the Scottish actor who played the Doctor in...
Tom Baker.
David Tennant.
David Tennant, that's it.
Then it's Martin Clunes.
That's it, yeah. And after that...
Martin Clunes is the next Doctor, who? Is that what you're saying?
It was Doctor... what do you call him?
Dr. Doolittle.
No.
Dr. No.
No.
But
you
anyway,
just said no.
What I want to say is thank you guys for coming to watch me. I appreciated your support. It was nice to know that you were there in the audience, definitely, and to get your feedback as well.
You're
massive.
welcome.
It was a pleasure. Well done.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, well done.
So, how, knowing that Helen is Christmas mad, other Mark, did it get her in the Christmas spirit? Have you had to go and get the decorations down?
Doc Martin.
He's gone back to previous conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, we've put the tree up.
Have you? You haven't.
Yeah.
What?
You've put the tree up already.
Yeah.
You don't need to talk. When we're at other year, you left your tree up all year.
Yeah, no, but that was like during COVID or whatever, and I was like, can't be able to take it down.
You left it that way because you turned it into like an Easter tree or something when
Yeah,
you Easter.
I left it up all year, and we just dressed it according to the year.
To the season.
To the season, yeah.
To the year.
Yeah.
To the
Yeah, not to
supermarket.
the year.
Week after Christmas, it's Easter. Week after Easter, it's Christmas.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You've missed Halloween. Don't forget Halloween.
Yeah, it does feel that way at the minute, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But
Christmas is coming around quick though.
not
I know.
half. Like, the Christmas adverts seem to have started earlier this year than any other year, and Christmas music played on the radio seems to have started earlier than ever before.
Well, it does. It's a fact that we're talking about it. It's getting earlier and earlier. Every year, supermarkets are putting stuff out earlier. They play music early. It's getting earlier.
I know we've had a
called. Sorry to interrupt. There's a terminology. It's called the Christmas creep. That's what it's called. And it's the extending
For
it.
the benefit of the tape.
For the benefit
in his inverted commas.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what it's called.
I know we've had a radio episode.
It's a technical thing called Christmas creep.
Scott Moyles used to do a thing where he always used to try and play the Christmas song.
Scott Mills.
Is it Scott Mills or Chris Moyles?
I meant Scott Mills. Scott Mills did a feature where he used to try and push when they released the Christmas track, the first Christmas song, and they kept doing that each year, trying to make it earlier. That was just the thing that everyone's doing everything earlier, aren't they? And with that now, the weather's turned now, isn't it? So now now it feels like it's getting to Christmas.
I feel as though I spent most of November with people going, "Oh, it's getting a bit chilly," and my stock answer was, "It's not bad for middle of November," or "It's not bad for November," and then in the last week or so, it really has turned into.
I thought it were quite mild, to be fair, up until like a week ago.
Yeah,
Well, I thought it were, but I never judge Kirk's experience of this because it could be 16 degrees and Kirk's going, red hot in here.
I'm sweating.
I'm freezing. My toes are freezing.
I don't understand how you guys it gets to I don't know, it might be 12 degrees or 13 degrees and you guys act as though you're in North Pole.
Well, because it's cold.
It's so cold.
It's
I
cold.
can't see. I can't do that. I don't put my heating on until January.
Give over.
But you are not normal, Kirk.
That
for
is
your
not
temperature.
normal.
You're not normal.
And I don't often see you outside.
No, I don't venture out very often. But yeah, I think. But it has to.
My heating's cranked up now, 22 degrees.
No, I can't afford it.
Yeah.
I can't afford eating.
Yeah. If you're not sweating, it's not on.
I go to my mum's, and mum's, it's like you walk in and it's like a hot box.
Yeah.
It's just like a
Yeah,
hot
but
box.
I like it
Do you mean
warm.
it's 16 degrees?
Honestly.
There's no point in it being freezing outside and tepid indoors.
Yeah, no.
You've got to walk in and be like, wow. No.
Yeah. Your glasses steam up.
Yeah.
You've got to be able to breathe, though.
You can.
We can.
Oh, no.
It's just you.
I like it warm.
I like how Kirk tries to make it
Well, I
us
like
that
it
weird.
warm, I know.
He's the weird one. You're the weird one with temperatures.
No,
Seriously.
I'm not spending as much money.
Well, maybe not.
That is
My
true.
gas bill's 40 quid a month.
Oh, no, mine's a lot higher than that.
Mine's a lot higher.
I'll have to
than
ask Ellen how much ours is.
Yeah, no, I like it nice and warm. That's
Yeah,
when I
we've
know.
got gas.
That's when I know Christmas is coming round.
But at least I've got a 4x4 car now, though, because obviously driving a Beamer in snow is just ludicrous.
Yeah,
Absolutely ludicrous.
I've experienced it.
Yeah,
It's not
so,
great.
It is quite a lot better now. I've got a 4x4 as well. You don't realise how much nicer it is. You're driving along and you're like, oh, I can drive in this snow.
Are we even ready for snow? I mean,
This country's never ready for snow.
Yeah, we're
This
never.
country's never ready for rain, never ready for wind, never ready for dry, never ready for anything.
and it's one of the things, isn't it, where you go. Germany is a place that I've been to before and always thought their roads are fantastic. In fact, France earlier this year, their
But
roads are
I
fantastic.
bet their roads are angry as well, aren't they?
Well,
Angry?
yeah, they do
Yeah.
see it that
What do
way.
you mean angry? You mean the drivers?
No, just the roads. But like, I'm a German road. I'm very angry.
Okay.
I wasn't thinking that. I thought you meant the people
Any
on the
particular
road.
reason?
Just matter of fact, I suppose.
okay.
You know, like it's like a staunch thing, isn't it? It's German built, German engineered. It's
Tough.
Really?
tough. I'm a German road.
Well, it
I will
appears-
not be beaten.
It appears they
In
are
a very
tough.
strong British accent.
It definitely appears that they are tough because they don't seem to have the potholes that we have
No.
and everything else that comes from having snow and cold weather and
and cheap roads.
yeah.
Yeah. But you're right.
Well
but
engineered, that's why.
You're
Cast
right.
iron tarmac.
You are right though, Mark, because it seems to be no matter what season we're in, you know, we get to summer and it's, you know, weather warnings because of heat waves and don't step outside your house because you're going to burn alive. You know, you get to winter and all of a sudden it's we're going to have a fluttering of snow, everyone's going to die.
Yeah.
You know, but yet these other countries across the world, they deal with this all year round. All year round. We're meant to be what, the 5th, 6th, 7th biggest economy in the world, and we just can't handle it.
And slowly
No.
declining. No, quickly declining even.
Yeah.
True. Even like it's summer, I feel like you're going to get to your destination and half tarmac on roads just stuck to your tyres.
Yeah.
And then in winter you get, you know, it's the opposite effect. You know, you're hitting every other pothole that there is on road.
Yeah.
You know, causing you thousands of pounds in damage to your tyres. It is ridiculous.
Yeah, but weather, it's just getting so more extreme. One day it's 80 degrees, next day it's 10 degrees and we've got hurricanes. It's just all over the place, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's so random.
It is.
It really is.
Time at the bar, please.
And on that note, should we do something random? Should we spin the wheel?
Oh, why not?
Why not?
Here we go. Oh, it's spinning. What's it gonna be? Oh, it's just so exciting. Go on. He's nearly there.
The Wheel of Features.
Okay, so nothing to go through from last week, so
Nope.
let's spin the wheel.
It's spun.
Okay. Ooh, here we go.
What's
Is
it gonna be?
What's it on? What's that? What?
Hey! It's Kazoo song, is it anyway?
Hey!
Hey! Mark's up. Here we go.
I forgot how to play it then. I was blowing it and making a noise like that.
I'm ready, Mark. Hit us with it.
Yeah, here we go.
Hit me with your...
Kazoo stick. Hit me.
That's all you're having because it's easy, that one.
Hello. That's easy.
Well, you're gonna have to play it again.
You don't get that.
I didn't
What
even
do
know
you
it
mean we
started,
do?
I'll be
What?
honest.
You're only playing like 3 notes, aren't
I
you?
know, but because it is, honestly...
Really?
Yes. You'll be kicking yourself inside a wardrobe if you didn't get it. It's like a salsa song.
That's what I'm thinking. It almost sounds like the
I'm throwing
theme-
you off deliberately.
It almost sounds like the theme tune to a game show.
It is. Don't know what this song is. Don't know what this song
I have
is.
no idea what
I
this
have no
is.
idea.
I'm rubbish at this kazoo thing.
One more time.
Yeah.
One more time.
I must admit, I feel like I don't know what it is. I don't know what the song is, but in my head, I'm going, yes, I recognise that.
There are some like little interlude notes that I've cut out
me-
deliberately because it would give it away.
Well, me and Kirk are looking at each other going,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No, straight. I know what this is.
You're a stranger.
No,
What is it?
don't
Go
do
on.
that.
You
I know what
gonna-
you're doing.
Go on then. What you could,
Oops,
make a guess then.
upside down. Oops, upside down.
It's
Just a little bit.
Stop it!
A little bit more.
Stop it!
Just a little bit. Anyway,
Come on then,
no
Rob.
curveballs.
Come on,
So
Rob.
let's see how that pans out, shall
Yeah,
we?
absolutely. Yeah.
Aren't you not going to give us your
No,
guess then?
I need to sing it through my head way more times than I've got right now. But yeah. Anyway, it's been a pleasure, boys.
It has.
Yeah,
I'll see you
absolutely.
next week.
See you next week.
See ya.
Thanks, boys.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you for your continued support with our independent podcast. Did you know that you can interact with us and other listeners on Facebook, on the Chat In Tap Room Facebook group? You can also get in touch via email, innthechat@gmail.com, and of course on any of our socials. Thank you, and we'll see you next week.